Breaking news exclusively from Blue Eye Media. And now from our global friendly partners.
We have some major news. It is 3 a.m. on the East Coast right now, and Donald Trump just bombed Venezuela. It seems like the United States is at war with Venezuela. There were missile explosions reported very early this morning in Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela. It wasn't clear if it was the United States. It has now been confirmed that Donald Trump had ordered these strikes on military facilities, including other locations as well. There's still a lot of footage coming in. Here's a photo of helicopters in the air in Venezuela. These are American helicopters. This is a screenshot from a video of a helicopter launching missiles into a location in Venezuela. Here is a port that looks like it was attacked by the United States. Gustavo Petro, the president of Colombia, just posted the official statement from Venezuela saying that they reject, repudiate, and denounce before the international community the extremely serious military aggression perpetrated by the current government of the United States of America against them. They say this act is a flagrant violation of the UN Charter and that it threatens international peace and stability. So this is really serious stuff. It is an act of war. Donald Trump, the guy who said, no more war, we're not doing it, now just got the United States into another war. I will keep you updated, but this is really not good. We have some major breaking news. It's 4:30 on the East Coast, and Donald Trump just confirmed America's strikes in Venezuela and says that Maduro and his wife have been captured by U.S. forces. Just moments ago at 4:21, Donald Trump said the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolás Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thanks for your attention to this matter, Donald J. Trump. So Donald Trump says that Maduro and his wife have been captured. We have no idea, obviously, where they are or what they're planning to do with them, but that's Trump's claim. This attack on Venezuela has already been condemned internationally by Cuba, Colombia, and I'm sure more countries will follow. And interestingly, the Senate Armed Services Committee was not informed about this attack ahead of time. So I will keep you updated on everything that follows here, but apparently Maduro is in American custody. So we'll see what happens.
We have a breaking news development this morning about the United States strikes in Venezuela. According to Venezuela's Attorney General, who spoke with Venezuelan TV, innocent civilians, according to him, were killed as part of the strikes today. In addition, Nicolás Maduro and his wife now face charges in the Southern District of New York. They will likely appear formally at some point in the next week. As it currently stands, no one can leave Puerto Rico and other airports in the Caribbean. All flights have been canceled at Puerto Rico's major airport. And what's unclear is whether or not this is the beginning or the end of U.S. involvement in Venezuela. But what is clear is that regime change has occurred. And right now, there is no leader in Venezuela, at least that we know of. Now, the main question remains, what happens next? Who is in charge of Venezuela right now? We don't know. We don't have any answers. Maduro is facing charges in New York. Civilians were killed. Airports have been closed. Very serious situation. We have some news at this hour. Donald Trump is now calling Democrats and anyone questioning whether or not he needed congressional authorization to conduct the strikes in Venezuela, quote, weak, stupid people. He appeared on Fox News saying, quote, well, look, these are weak, stupid people. They're trying to save themselves from almost destroying our country. We do know that the Gang of Eight was not notified before the strikes. They were notified after the strikes. We know for a fact Congress did not authorize the strikes on Venezuela, did not authorize the capture of Nicolás Maduro and his wife. Once again, I make this clear in every video. This isn't about whether or not Maduro was a legitimate leader or should have remained in power. He was horrible to the Venezuelan people. The question is whether or not the United States should have done this and could have done this legally without congressional authorization. And while Trump seemingly doesn't care, he says, you're weak and you're stupid if you think that Congress should have had to authorize this. The United States strikes in Venezuela are a lot more nuanced than the media and the public are talking about, so let's talk about it. There are a lot of Venezuelans celebrating today, both in the United States and in Venezuela, over Maduro's ouster. And that brings me to a very nuanced and important point. This was never a question over whether or not Nicolás Maduro should remain in power. The answer almost unequivocally was no. He was a murderous dictator to his own people. The question is whether or not the United States of America should have A, been the one to remove Maduro and conduct regime change, B, do so without congressional authorization, C, do so in possible violation of international law. The nuance here is that a lot of people did not like Maduro. and he was a bad guy to his own people. And yet at the same time, a lot of people are not happy with the way this was done. And that nuance is very important here. Right now, there is a power vacuum that's been created in Venezuela. We don't know what the future of the country is. And the question remains, is the United States responsible now for taking out dictators it doesn't like for oil? The Trump administration has a lot of questions it needs to answer. When talking about what's happening in Venezuela, make sure to look through this nuance a little bit, because the Venezuelan people, many of them, today are breathing a sigh of relief that Maduro is no longer their leader. I'll continue providing you updates, spread the word, follow for more. We have breaking news right now. We have the first image of Nicolás Maduro. Donald Trump just posted this image of Nicolás Maduro on board the USS Iwo Jima. Nicolás Maduro was captured alongside his wife. They were in their bedroom, according to reports. They were sleeping. U.S. forces came in and captured Maduro and his wife. They are now on their way to the United States of America, to New York City, to face charges on a newly unsealed criminal indictment in the Southern District of New York. This is the first image. You can see Maduro has a face mask on, likely so that he doesn't know where he's going. He is holding some type of, I believe, a water bottle, and that is all. That is what this is the President of the United States releasing the first image of Nicolás Maduro now on a United States Navy ship heading to the United States of America. I will continue to provide you more updates as we get more information. So spread the word. Full updates on my Substack, linked in bio. Subscribe for free. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have breaking news right now. Donald Trump has just announced during his press conference that the United States will, quote, run Venezuela for an indefinite period of time until a peaceful transition can occur in the country. This is significant. He says that United States, that people are already on the ground and that he cannot risk having bad actors essentially take over. The United States is now running Venezuela, according to Donald Trump. He says that it will happen until a peaceful transition can occur. He did not give a timeline for when that peaceful transition will occur. But here's the thing. Americans did not vote to run Venezuela as another country. This is going to cause mass outrage within a lot of communities here in the United States of America. He also says that they were prepared to conduct a second strike on Venezuela, but didn't need to do so because the first one was so successful. Folks, this is a complete regime change effort over oil. He wants to take over Venezuela for oil right now. We have a major news update right now. I just watched Donald Trump's press conference on Venezuela, so you don't have to. Here's what you missed. Donald Trump says that the United States will be running Venezuela for an indefinite period of time. He says that the United States is not afraid to put boots on the ground, suggesting that American troops could go to Venezuela at some point, saying we're not afraid of boots on the ground. We don't mind saying it. We're going to make sure that country is run properly. He also threatened Colombia, saying that the president of Colombia has to, quote, watch his ass. He also threatened Cuba, saying, quote, I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about because Cuba is a failing nation right now. In addition, he kind of threw Maria Corina Machado, the opposition leader, under the bus, saying that she does not have the support or respect to run Venezuela, but that she is a, quote, nice lady. He says that American oil companies will be going into Venezuela, confirming this is really all about oil, that the United States will reimburse them for rebuilding oil infrastructure in Venezuela, and that he has already spoken, his Secretary of State Marco Rubio has spoken to the current president of Venezuela, the former vice president, now president of Venezuela. Pretty crazy stuff happening. Spread the word. People need to know. Follow along for more.
Follow Blue Eye Media for exclusive insights and breaking news sources from global-friendly outlets that you won't get from the mainstream TV and radio outlets of America. Learn how to play the flute of the globe and learn the real truth.